So Caitlin Clark joined Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi during the women's championship basketball game after halftime. There's a good 20-minute interview with her. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And guess what, Rob? Caitlin Clark's crossover is every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 and 5:30 to 6:30 Eastern time, except for major holidays. It's a sports reporters type forum with guest podcasters, and we talk about Caitlin Clark. So join us for that. It's pretty cool. So Caitlin Clark was interviewed by Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, and Diana Taurasi was almost charming, Rob, during the interview.
Oh yeah, it was a great. I mean, it's
Sue Bird is almost always charming, but
yeah, but together they really. I mean, the general feeling that she really liked. She seemed more relaxed now. I like Caitlin question. I like Caitlin Clark's question. Like, what are you gonna do now that you're retired? You know, she's you know.
She did.
General. It was like just general talking. You know.
So I'm wondering whether Caitlin Clark won her over or that she loved her all along, because I still remember. Forget about the comment that she said about reality's coming and playing in the league. That was a little off base. But then also in the same interview, they were saying, who are you going to take first, in WNBA draft if Paige was coming out? And she goes, Paige, next question. Like she said it like this was not even close. This was not open for discussion. So you can say whatever you want that she loved her all along, but that indicates to me that she thought Paige was a better player. And I don't think that's true. And I don't think she thinks that right now either, although she hasn't said it.
No, I mean, I think she kind of Caitlin Clark grew on her, especially when they, like they said, when they played in Phoenix, and freaking Caitlin Clark, they came back and won the game. So it's like, oh, okay, she's got game. She really does have game. Okay,
right. In fact, they interviewed her like, which rookie would you take in a 2-on-2 thing? And he said, who's the one that just got 19 assists? Things like that. In the David Letterman interview, she talks about that also, Rob. She talks about the relationship when they played in the first game where they were joking around and Diana Taurasi said, I love you. And she goes, I love you too. So that was right in the first game. So I don't know. She won her over pretty quickly considering, what was said earlier. But again,
because Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark came in and, she goes like, wow. I mean, she's playing probably she admired her. Definitely. She's an idol. Diana Taurasi was, definitely an idol, a great basketball player coming into the WNBA, and playing for one team, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so Caitlin Clark had no grudge against her at all.
This was the first interaction, like right after they said hello to each other.
Oh, congrats on your retirement, Z.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Now, unfortunately, reality is coming to me now.
So she started right out, Rob, being horrible. So reality's coming to me now. So.
Yeah.
What's your big plans? What are you going to do?
I keep telling Sue I thought I was going to have all this time to do all these things. I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible.
We'll see. We'll get to 10 years. Then we'll think about it.
Get to 10.
Now, in the David Letterman interview, sorry.
I think that's so hilarious because between Taurasi and Bird, how long they played. I mean, it's like double.
They played 20 years. And in the David Letterman interview, she said, hopefully I'll have a very long career. Very long sounds more like more than 10 years to me. So, I think 10 was just minimum. Who knows?
Well, Mark, believe it or not, with sports, it's amazing. I mean, you sit there and you look at these players, you're like, how long have they been in the league? It's been 10 years already. It goes by so fast, actually.
Right, but Taurasi and Bird didn't have any kids, and Caitlin Clark might want to have kids, so we don't know. She can take off a half a year and come back, or we don't know about that. So it's unclear. Her playing 20 straight years like Taurasi, I don't know if that's going to happen if she wants to have kids.
Excited are you for this next WNBA season? New head coach and Stephanie White. You added Natasha Howard, who Sue knows really well, DeWanna Bonner, which I know really well, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, it seems like from the outside, this roster's ready to compete now, which is easy for us to say. We know there's a process to get there, but like when you see that and you see those names come in, what does that make you feel like?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously on paper we have a really good team, but you only have, we start training camp, I think, on the 27th, and then like we have a back-to-back of preseason games on May 3rd and May 4th. So it's like you have a very short amount of time to put that together, and 7 new pieces, and whether we carry 11 or 12, like it's more than half of our roster. Like that's a hard thing within itself, but we should be pretty good. And like I'm excited about it. I think what we needed was we added a lot more experience. Like in the playoffs, we just didn't have that. We were a young group. Even Kels, like obviously with being with the Fever through her entire career, she hasn't really had the opportunity to play in a ton of playoff games. So having that, whether it's Sydney Colson, whether it's DB, whether it's Natasha Howard, whoever it is, I think having that experience is going to be really good for us and that leadership in the locker room. So I'm excited. And obviously Steph is like one of the smartest basketball minds I've ever been around. And, everybody knows that across the league. Like everybody admires her and the way she coaches and the way she leads. So I'm excited to learn from her, honestly.
Top season.
I never heard her say that Christy Sides is one of the smartest basketball minds around.
No, I don't think so. And Mark, I don't know if you've noticed, they're interviewing her, and the game's going on.
Yeah,
the game's going on, and they're still interviewing. It's like they're supposed to be coming in on the game. They're like, forget the game. I want to talk. Let's interview Caitlin Clark. I'm interested in hearing what she has to say, which is kind of cool.
They're probably watching the game. Diana Taurasi looks like she's watching, but UConn seemed to be in control pretty much the whole game, even though it wasn't a blowout until in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what else he asked about.
There was the viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering, have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened there?
Like, how did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of
I like that what Diana Taurasi said. I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
20 years.
That was pretty good. All right, after this, I'll probably take out.
Oh, come on. But no,
it was like
just honestly
so what are you
trying to
doing
get
in the
stronger.
off season, working on your game.
You're trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room, and it's like something like I kind of enjoy. So it's been pretty easy for me to like spend time in there and really work on that part of my game. And I think the biggest thing on the court is just like that mid-range area. Like I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there, whether that's like I didn't really have any floater. I didn't like taking the mid-range jump shot. So just getting more comfortable like when I get my
Mark, so that's what we were talking about during the whole season, and that's what I was talking about with her game. And we're talking about improving her game, getting that mid-range shot. If she gets that down, she's going to be unstoppable. There's no way to stop her. She likes to drive, pull for that mid-range.
Nowadays, they do the floater, Rob, but in your day, they did the stop and pop, little short jump shot, right?
Right.
So I'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was obvious she needed to work on that, and she didn't like to take the twos, but she adds that to her game, Rob. Her scoring's going to go up, and she's going to be more and more deadly because now they have to protect. They have to worry about her shooting from anywhere in the court instead of just from the threes and from layups.
Well, with her also, like I said, instead of taking it all the way to the hoop, like I said, she can pull up and then shoot the little 15-foot shot.
Yeah, she probably wishes she did that last year instead of getting hit in the head. Also, Rob, I saw times where she drove in there, saw two really tall defenders who were good, and then dribbled out again because she didn't have a floater or whatever. She knew she was going to get hit in the head again. I saw that. She did a stop and pop or the floater. She wouldn't have to worry about the fact that there's two people there. Okay, so let's see what else she has to say.
Feet kind of into the paint and honestly trying to just add a floater to my game and, finishing through contact and little things like that. But I think just going back to the weapons that we've added this year, like there's going to be so many different things that we're able to do that I think it'll be able to make my life a little bit easier, and it should make everybody's life a little bit easier on our team.
What was it like for you two to play against each other?
It was amazing. I've been following Caitlin for so long.
She seems charming here, Rob. I don't know what it is, but let's see what happens.
And been watching her college career just in awe, and to be on the court. And the first game was in Phoenix, and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy. All the people that came out to see Caitlin and you know, our teams play against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, you know, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross paths with Caitlin, at least for a couple games. And to me, that meant a lot, you know, like we've been doing this for a long time. To see Caitlin do what she does is, I think someone said the other day, I'm like, I want the season to start so I can watch you again.
You were saying what it was like to play against Dee.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, but you noticed that when she was saying, she goes, the people came out to see Caitlin. The people
Right.
came out to see Caitlin right there. I mean, right there, going like, oh.
She seems sincere to me, Rob, during this Diana Taurasi. She seems sincerely really likes Caitlin Clark and really appreciates her talent. And she doesn't seem threatened by Caitlin Clark's talent either. That, like I said, Sue Bird knows she's the best point guard of all time, or considered the best point guard of all time. And Diana Taurasi is considered the best guard of all time. And some people think she's the best player, which I don't agree with, but I agree that she was the best guard of all time. Both of those titles, Rob, it looks like Caitlin Clark's going to take them both away. And they don't seem threatened by that. And I like that. The fact that they're being like this and they're being very complimentary towards her. So the interview goes on. It was really good. It's 21 minutes long. You can all listen to yourself. But I thought those are some of the standout moments, Rob, in the interview. And like I said, Taurasi seemed almost charming. And you know,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if she has won me over
me
yet, but she was likable in that interview.
No, she seems like she plays like they said. She plays a tough guy or a tough person, and then. But I think, like I said, she appreciates it and she acknowledges that when there's good talent, when she sees it, when she's played against it, she's been around for 20 years, so she's like, okay, let me. Like I said, I'd love to play on her Caitlin's team or against her as a player. It'd be really cool.
Well, my favorite line was right at the end. She said, "I can't wait for the season to start so I can watch you play." And Rob, I'm a little bit confused why their training camp is so short. I know that they can work out in the gym beforehand, and they're all doing that now. But why is their official training camp not till April 27th, and then they start playing an exhibition a week later, and their first game is actually, I guess it's 20 days later? That seems.
Well, they should be in shape. Well, hopefully Boston better get her butt in shape. She better be in shape.
Yeah, she better show up in the 27th of April in shape because she only got 3 weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of time.
First game.
You got a lot of time. Yeah, what are you doing? You got a lot of time. Work out.
I don't know what her excuse was last year, but I was disappointed with her as a person, considering they had a really long off season. But let's see how she does this year. She's gonna have to do sprints, right, Rob? Do sprints. That's what I learned. Sprints is what gets you in shape.
Liners. I can't say what we used to call them because they don't call them anyway, but they call them liners. Yeah.
Rob, we used to run all practice and ultimate. Afterwards, we go run the hills and do sprints. And
we used to.
I was
we used to
played 6 games in a weekend.
Mark, in the high school, we used to have the lead vest. We do station drills with lead vests, and then we'd run the liners double. It had to be under 2 minutes. So when I was coaching, I'm like, I tell my players to run. I can only run them so long. I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys they don't.
If Rob was Aaliyah Boston's coach, she'd be in shape when the season started.
Yeah, she would be.
I guarantee. And if I was her agent, she'd be in shape when she showed up for camp. Seriously. She would be. I would get on her case every day. Anyways, let us know what you think down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. Feel free to share this video with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? I'd be like Cheryl Swoops, like, they could win a championship. We're going for 7,000 subscribers, and we need your help. Hit the notification bell when you do. And join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 and 5:30 to 6:30, respectively. It's like a sports reporter type forum, and we have guest podcasters. We talk about Caitlin Clark and all sorts of good stuff. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below, and there's a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.